Hello everyone. I want to share with you today some thinking I have that will seem pretty obvious to most people when you hear it, and it's probably no different than you say to yourself anyway. It really is quite simple. It's you are not defined by external events or by the circumstances that impact you, your family, or your business. You define yourself. You write the chapter of the book of life that you are constantly writing. You choose what words will define you. You choose what actions will define you. You choose what emotions, what response to any given situation is, and that will help define you in that moment. You can, of course, use statements, affirmations, I am statements to reinforce a sense of who you wish to be. But really, isn't the choice of being someone different as simple as making that choice? In other words, if you wish to see yourself as somebody who is joyful and fun, surely this is just a question of doing things that are fun and looking for joy in all things that exist. A simple technique for doing that is making a note of the things that you appreciate, that make you feel happier, and start gravitating towards those things. If, on the other hand, that you think that's too difficult with all the challenges that are in the world right now, I understand that, I get it. But turn off the computer, turn off the news, go and play some music that will uplift you, go and dance, place a call to a friend or a loved one, go and do something that brings joy to your heart. Doesn't matter what it is, but make that choice. As I said, don't pay attention to the things that bring you down. There are studies, and I can't quote them for you, but I can look them up for another time, or encourage you to do the same. But it says that one of the greatest healings that someone has when they're sick and ill is by laughter. So I've seen people who aid their recovery, I won't say necessarily facilitate the recovery alone, but aid their recovery by watching comedy, engaging in something that lifts their spirits. And by lifting your spirits, you become more joyful. So, on another example, if you turn around and say, I want to be a success, and a success for you is defined by whatever measure you set, are you doing all the things that are necessary for you to become successful, or to be that success? They're the real questions you need to ask yourself in any given situation where you're dissatisfied. As a coach, in both life and in business, I'm not coaching you for where you are right now, but instead I'm coaching you for where you want to be, holding you account to the steps, actions and behaviours that you need to adopt so you can realise your expressed, desired future self, state and success. Are you doing the same for yourself? Are you even clear what you want, or are you just focusing on the things that you don't want? You can complain about the lockdown, but are you instead looking at what is good about the lockdown? The time it may afford you to do the things that you've been putting off for a number of weeks, years, or longer, frankly. Are you sharpening your saw so you can be more effective when the time comes to use all of your tools, resources and energy when the lockdown is lifted? Are you using it for time to reconnect with old friends, distant members of your family that for whatever reason that you had justified to yourself and frankly they had done for themselves? Are you going to use this time to reconnect and change the reasoning and the meaning attached to your relationships? You see, even when things look so bleak, there is always something good to be found. So are you going to let these circumstances define you, or are you going to redefine yourself so that your experience of the current circumstances are changed forever and you can have and manifest the life that you deserve, the one you've been promising yourself and you secretly still desire? Are you going to take the steps necessary to improve your skill set, to change your perspective of how you communicate with your customers when it comes to business, how you're going to communicate with your team? Are you going to take all the necessary actions today so that that success is who you are, in that you have now redefined yourself? Remember, if you want something, act as if you already have it. Whether it's an emotion or some form of chattel, widget or thing. If you want to run a marathon, for example, behave as if you're already that marathon runner. Your commitment to daily exercise, commitment to fueling your body with the right form of energy that a marathon runner would use. So you're not overloading it with some form of destructive fuel. Make those decisions now. Be who you want to be now. No more excuses. Just get on and do it. Just do it. That's what you owe yourself. It's what you owe your family, your friends, your business partners, your customers, your clients. Become the best version of yourself. You already know what it is. Because if you pretend to me and lie to yourself that you don't know and still are disgruntled, there is the evidence. The fact that you are disgruntled, you are unhappy, can only be because it's in contrast to a sense of what you know happiness to be. It doesn't take a genius to work out what you have to do. You just have to do it. Have a great day. Speak to you soon.